Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another insightful discussion. As we're gearing up for the holiday season, it's truly a chaotic time for many of us. With only a week left until Christmas, I find myself in a state of frantic rushing, much like a headless chicken. The tasks I had planned 6 weeks ago seem to have slipped my mind, and now, with less than 2 weeks to go, I'm dashing around in a whirlwind. Take, for instance, my recent experience at the post office, an unexpected 35-minute wait just to send 3 Christmas cards overseas. Apparently, the post office altered its regulations, necessitating a visit to their counter for airmail stamps. The scene was a bustling queue of 40 individuals, each laden with parcels to be weighed, bundled up against the cold, rain pouring outside. The stress levels were palpable, yet amidst this chaos, I remind myself to remain composed and focus on something more pleasant, like discussing the royal events. Let's begin with the Together at Christmas event, the Princess of Wales' annual Christmas Carol concert. The arrivals were noteworthy. Princess Beatrice, her husband Edo, and their son Wolfie caught attention, especially Beatrice's captivating hairstyle. Zahra, accompanied by her brother as Mike Tyndall attended to parental duties, was also present. Zahra's striking shoes and coordinated earrings were a topic of admiration, prompting a personal yearning for similar fashion choices. However, due to previous ankle injuries, my admiration remains separate from the practicality of wearing high heels. Among the attendees were the Princess of Wales' parents, Carol and Michael Middleton. Carol's impeccable choice of velvet trousers was on-point fashion. Pippa, accompanied by her husband James Matthews, was also part of the gathering. These details and more are likely to unfold when the event airs on Christmas Eve. If I can source links for global viewing, I'll certainly share them on my community page. Given the concert's popularity, many might find it available for streaming on platforms like YouTube. Turning to the Together at Christmas concert, the Princess of Wales, who orchestrated the event, was a vision in white, exuding elegance from head to toe. Her impeccable all-white pantsuit highlighted her ballerina-like grace, which admittedly isn't easily attainable for the rest of us. However, comparisons drawn by some to another prominent figure seem unfounded. It's challenging to juxtapose individuals from different worlds altogether. The Princess of Wales arrived with her husband, the Prince of Wales, and their 3 children, with Prince Louis making his debut, now upgraded to trousers. The children's growth is astonishing. Prince George's height is noteworthy, reflecting his parents' stature. Princess Charlotte displayed remarkable poise and watchfulness over her younger brother, a heartwarming sight. Some cherished moments captured during the evening included Catherine lighting Prince Louis' candle, a gesture met with proud smiles from both parents. The family's affection and camaraderie are genuinely heartwarming, making them immensely endearing. This brings me to the topic of the recent release of the Wales family Christmas card, a subject that stirred differing opinions. While the photograph flawlessly portrayed each child's distinct persona, some found it lacking in festivity. Yet the attention to detail, from Charlotte's confidence to George's poised demeanor, reflected the family's unity and love. While I appreciate the photograph's essence, I couldn't help but feel it lacked the festive spirit of previous years. Now, on to another couple, about whom opinions often differ. The recent news surrounding them has been anything but dull, eliciting varied responses. I can only imagine the reactions these developments have provoked. Montecito, the residence of Prince Harry and Meghan, appears to be a hot spot for attention lately. The Hollywood Reporter, a reputable showbiz source, didn't hold back in labeling the couple as the biggest Hollywood losers of 2023. Their scathing commentary focused on various setbacks the couple faced, notably the fallout from Spotify severing ties, branding them as grifters. Additionally, a memorable South Park episode contributed to their tarnished image. The reporter described Harry and Meghan's brand as a sanctimonious bubble waiting to burst, which indeed happened on multiple occasions. In a surprising turn, Meghan claimed the top spot on Ranker's list of the most disliked celebrities of 2023, surpassing even Amber Heard. This dubious honor places her above public figures like Bill Cosby and positions Harry at number 3, solidifying Meghan's status as the most negatively viewed celebrity of the year. In legal matters, Harry faced setbacks as well. His case against the Mail on Sunday hit a snag when the judge declined his request for a summary judgment. This decision implies that the case will proceed to trial, requiring Harry to provide evidence, something he seemed to lack in previous court appearances. The lawsuit stems from a 2022 article revealing Harry's attempt to keep his legal battles with the government over security details private. Harry contests the breach of privacy, arguing that it damaged his reputation. However, the judge's ruling signals a potential challenge for Harry in providing substantial evidence to support his claims. The crux of the legal dispute revolves around Harry's demand for privacy regarding his efforts to secure taxpayer-funded security, which led to public backlash. His team countered this by asserting his intention to cover the security costs independently. Yet the impracticality of hiring police protection raises doubts about the authenticity of their narrative, indicating it might have been a damage control tactic. Harry's claim of libel against the Mail on Sunday centers on the newspaper's alleged attack on his honesty and integrity. However, considering Harry's own controversial statements and actions in recent years, this claim seems ironic and lacks substantial merit. A pivotal piece of evidence emerged during proceedings: a letter from the Queen's office, emphasizing the necessity of providing effective security for Harry and Meghan. This contradicts Harry's earlier assertions that his family had intentionally withdrawn security, putting his family at risk. This discrepancy between Harry's public narrative and the disclosed evidence poses a significant challenge to his credibility and the consistency of his statements. The letter, written before Harry and Meghan's public accusations and claims, underscores the inconsistencies in their portrayal of events. Their earlier desire to live in Canada under a compromised arrangement, balancing royal duties while seeking independence, seems incongruent with their later allegations of abandonment and endangerment by the royal family. Harry's attempt to leverage this newly revealed evidence to support his claim for security contradicts his earlier narratives presented during public interviews and his biography. The conflict between his statements and the evidence suggests a narrative that has evolved over time, raising questions about the credibility of his grievances. The Queen's rare statement addressing the situation highlights the divergence between Harry's claims and the facts presented. Her statement alludes to varying perspectives and emphasizes the complexity of the situation. The assertion that these individuals believe we've forgotten the past 4 years is truly astonishing. Whether through Netflix docuseries, books, or podcasts, they persistently reshape their narrative. Their attempts at evasion, however, fall flat. There's this anticipation for Harry to deny statements, redirecting blame to the British media, his usual maneuver. But the truth remains: it's their voices and their words etched in these narratives. Yet their inclination to fault others persists, despite its futility. Their ceaseless narrative alterations have taken a toll. Consider Omid Scobie's In Game, which endured a disastrous fate, selling a mere 9,000 copies in the US and 6,000 in the UK, swiftly plummeting off Amazon's top 100 list. A story has emerged casting fury at Omid Scobie. His book allegedly implicates Her Majesty and courtiers in racial prejudice during the appointment of the Queen's equerry, Lieutenant Colonel Nana Coffey, to Marcy Ankara. The portrayal of Coffey, a distinguished figure, as a victim of racial bias by Meghan and associates is baffling. He was a decorated veteran, the first Black British Army officer commissioned to the royal household, esteemed by the Queen herself. Yet, according to Omid Scobie's account, Meghan was purportedly insulted by his ethnicity. This claim, suggesting that the Queen's gesture was seen through the lens of race, raises unsettling questions about Meghan's perceptions. Meghan's purported racial biases extend further. She reportedly declined assistance from long-standing figures within the royal household, including Lady Susan Hussey and Sophie, the Countess of Wessex. Her alleged disdain for Samantha Cohen, who served the royal household for 18 years, and as the Queen's private secretary for 8, adds weight to allegations of mistreatment towards staff members. Meghan's insistence on eschewing guidance, citing Harry as her sole advisor on courtly conduct, underscores her refusal to assimilate into the established norms. Despite unprecedented aid extended by the Queen, Meghan's dissatisfaction persisted, claiming insufficient diversity among senior staff. This stance, juxtaposed with her rejection of seasoned aides, raises eyebrows. Meghan's behaviors, when scrutinized, seem consistent with narcissistic traits. Her perpetual discontent, refusal of assistance, and alleged racial insensitivity paint a concerning portrait. This behavior pattern aligns with narcissism, a condition where contentment remains elusive, driving individuals to perpetually seek more while draining those around them. Her actions, depicted as a grand deception on the royal family akin to historical incidents like Wallis Simpson's influence on the abdication, imply a contentious legacy. Meghan's actions might cast her in an unflattering historical light, potentially overshadowing even controversial figures of the past. In conclusion, the need for historical accuracy amid distractions from Montecito and the true royals remains essential. Meghan's actions and their historical implications will continue to be a subject of debate and scrutiny for years to come.